YouTube. Welcome back. My name is Diana and you are watching A Seasoned Mom and an Empty Nest. And today I'm coming to you from New Mexico and we're actually in my husband's kitchen. This is Mike. You guys haven't met him yet. I think he's been on one video chopping down a tree one time, right?
Yeah.
And today we are going to be making Posole. So Posole is a Mexican dish, thing that we make every Christmas Eve religiously. I mean, we've done that for I don't even know how long. We always have Posole on Christmas Eve, and in the fall and winter, it is just something that we make quite a bit. So when Mike moved here, he's not the cook in the family. He's the griller. He does all the grilling, which I don't ever do the grilling. He always does it. So. Anyhow, today we're going to be making Posole. He is chopping up the garlic now to get it ready. And actually it smells super good. It does, doesn't it? Alright, so the first thing that you do is go ahead and add some olive oil or any kind of oil to your pan. And we're going to saute the garlic and cook the red chili. Normally we use chili pods, dried chili pods, and you have to boil them. But Mike's not going to do that. I can tell you that's too much work for him. So Bueno puts out this red chili, and you can get this usually in the frozen food section. And it does need to be cooked. It says here it is uncooked chili. We like it hot. That's just our preference. They have it in mild and medium, so whatever you want. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is heat up your olive oil. Go ahead and add your garlic. Do you have a spatula?
Wait.
Yeah, we don't want to waste it. And go ahead and saute your garlic. I don't think my oil was quite hot enough, was it?
Probably not. It could have been a little hotter.
Oh, but I smell it.
A little bit.
Yeah. Alright, so go ahead and saute your garlic just until you smell the aroma. Can you smell it?
Starting.
Yep. You don't want to burn your garlic or to let it get crispy because it will make your chili bitter. And pour your red chili in. So at this point, while it's sizzling, go ahead and pour in your red chili. We're making this a double batch. Usually we buy a really large thing of red chili, but they were out, so we got two small. It's still a little frozen, but that's okay. It'll thaw out. Now, save those containers because we're going to fill them up with water. Don't stack them inside of one another. We'll fill them up with water and add it to this in just a minute, in a little bit. You can go ahead and just take your spatula and break up your chili.
Yeah.
Like that. So, about right here, you're going to want to let your red chili simmer, and you should turn your heat down. I usually let it simmer for about half an hour, but checking it constantly. You do not want it to burn to the bottom, and it's going to get thick, but we'll add the water to this after it simmers for about half an hour. 20 minutes to half an hour, but always just keep checking on it and make sure. Oh, the other thing is, I'm going to let you add the salt to it, Mike. I have no measurement for this, y'all. I just add salt until red chili needs quite a bit of salt. Try there. Don't forget, we're going to be adding water to this. We're going to be adding Posole to this and meat to this. So if you thought that was a lot of salt, we're going to add a lot of other stuff into this, and it will help absorb it. So meanwhile, while this is cooking, Mike is going to go ahead. We do both pork, and he had some round tip steak in the freezer that he was afraid was going to get freezer burnt, so we thought we'd just go ahead and use it up real quick and put it in the Posole. So take your red chili bowls and fill them up with water. Don't rinse them out. Try to save all this yummy red chili. There's one. And two. All right, next step is to go ahead and add yourself some oil to your pan. We're going to, that's plenty. We're going to saute. This is a mixture of beef and pork that's all diced up. And you can season this any way you want. We prefer garlic salt. This is, you can put a little bit of cumin in there if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. I'd put a little bit more garlic salt, yeah. Yum. Oops, we forgot to turn the heat on. Hear this sizzling over here? Just keep stirring it up a little bit. This is exactly what you want. And what you're doing is you're cooking the red chili. And we have about 5 more minutes of this, and it'll be ready. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is saute this meat, or fry the meat, in batches, of course. You see how the red chili is still going? I want you guys to see how thick this is getting. So what you can do is you can get a great big pot out and put this together in a pot, and you can have it ready in about an hour and a half. However, Mike and I actually have some outdoor work that we want to do today. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the handy dandy crock pot. That's right. I've made this in the Instant Pot, and maybe closer to Christmas I will do a video and show y'all how to do that. Comes out really good in the Instant Pot, but Mike doesn't have one, so we're going to use the crock pot today. We got about a minute left on this here. We'll just let that continue to cook for another minute. And I'll show you the next step in a few. So next thing we're going to do, and Mike is using a slotted spoon to go ahead and put the meat into the crock pot. Red chili is ready for Mike to add the water. Do you want me to add the water for you, babe?
If you don't mind, I'm doing this.
All right. I think that's a pretty simple thing to do, is add water, so I won't make him do that part. So go ahead and add your water. Okay, now at this point, what you want to do is go ahead and turn your heat back up. Mike's doing the second batch of meat, and we turn the heat up, and we want to go ahead and let this come to a boil, and then just let it cook a little bit. You kind of want to let it cook down, that it's not so runny. Do you remember how thick it was when I just showed you? You don't want it to be this runny. Mike, I want you to come look at this real quick. Okay, you don't want it to be this runny. You're going to want to let it cook down until it's a little bit thicker.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do while the meat is in the crock pot is I'm just going to go ahead and add some water to it. Because that never hurts anything. We'll be adding more water to the chili. But we'll go ahead and add it here. And then as he adds the meat, we'll let this start cooking. So the longer it cooks, the more tender the meat will be. Okay, and now Mike's going to add the second batch of meat to the crock pot. And then he can put another container of water, just this size of container of water on top of it. And then we'll put the lid on and we'll just let the meat start cooking. See how the red chili is now at a boil? It's going to cook down to where it's just a little bit thicker. We're going to add that to the crock pot. And there's already water in the crock pot, and the meat juices and everything, it'll have its own flavor. And when this flavor of the meat and the water cooking here, and you add that to this, it's just scrumptious. So we'll be back in a bit. Red chili is ready. It's thickened up. Lots of garlic. Yum. See, it's not quite as thick as the first batch. The first batch was like a thick ketchup, and then you saw it just a minute ago. It was really watery. Now it's pretty much in between the two. So what you need to do next is go ahead and add your posole to the pot. Nope, let's add it to the pot.
Over here.
Yeah.
I need my scissors.
Yeah, where's the scissors at? I'll let him get the scissors. So the meat's been cooking. It's super hot? Okay. So the meat's been cooking in here. And we're going to go ahead and add the posole. This is basically just uncooked hominy. It's a little bit chewier than canned hominy. And then, go ahead, you can use that spatula and just pour that red chili right over the top of it.
Gotta be careful with the red chili. You don't want to wear white when you're cooking.
That's right. I usually wear an apron when I'm doing that. Now I'd put some water in that and then pour the water back into so fill it up just part way and then scrape the sides down. I'll let you do that. I'm gonna look over here. Oh yeah. Then just add it to the top. Let me take that spatula. And then stir it up really, really good. And put the lid back on and let it cook. This is going to be for dinner this evening. And it needs to cook a couple of hours on high. And we'll be back when it's ready. And it is dinner time. And the posole looks ready to me. Mike is chopping up a lime because you really can't have posole without lime. Do you have any corn tortillas, babe?
I think so.
We need to warm some corn tortillas up. I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze the lime over it.
Go for it.
All right, everybody. And there you have it. Homemade posole. For you. Okay, YouTube. So dinner's done. We have homemade posole. I'm going to show your bowl instead of mine. with lime and a corn tortilla. We are going to watch a movie together and eat our dinner, and we will catch you on the next go around. Y'all have a great evening. Say goodbye.
Bye.
We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.